everyone, I'm Douglas C. Welch and welcome back to A Gardener's Notebook. Now today we've got a kind of a special episode of A Gardener's Notebook, what I call First Impressions. Now, as you may know if you look at the website, I'm not only interested in gardening, I'm also interested in all sorts of technology and new media and careers and everything else. Well, today I've got a device to show you, which is a great combination of two of my geek interests, and that is gardening, of course, and technology. Now, right over here, you may not be able to see it, I'll give a close-up here in a second, is an interesting device that I was offered up for free from Clout, which is a online promotion website that sends out books, technology, and other products to bloggers like myself and video bloggers like myself to try out and then give our impressions. And that's what this is. This is my first impression of this device. It's called the Parrot Flower Power, and it's a way of tracking the conditions in your garden, whether in containers like this one is or in the ground itself. Now, as it happened, right after we received the Flower Power, a friend of ours gave us this avocado seedling that she'd grown on her kitchen counter. It was nothing but roots, kind of a bare root in a water jar. So we got it potted up in this pot, and it seemed to be a perfect candidate for trying out the Flower Power. Now here you can see the device, and I'll show you some pictures from online in a little bit as well, but on the top here you can kind of see the sunlight sensor. There's a battery holder on the other left pointing sprig there of the device, and it tracks 4 basic elements in your garden. That includes temperature, water, sunlight, and fertilizer. It then reports all that information back using Bluetooth LE, or low energy, to your iPhone, Android, iPad, Android tablet, whatever, and then also syncs that up online with their website so that information can be viewed anywhere. When you're standing right next to the device, you can actually view the conditions live on your device as they happen. Now, if we pull the device out of the soil, you can see that here are the stakes that go down, the metal stakes that go down into the soil. Again, you see the sunlight sensor on top. This is the battery holder. Here it uses a AAA battery, and it's very nice. The online app gives you quite a lot of information about battery life and how well it's doing and when you need to replace that as well. The goal here with this device is to give you more information than you might ever need about your plants and prevent you from underwatering them, under-fertilizing them, putting them in the wrong position where they don't get enough sunlight, and also protecting them from too much heat or too much cold. Now, the way you gather information from the Flower Power device is using your, in this case, this is an iPhone 4S. Any iPhone 4S and above can do this. It has Bluetooth LE installed, as well as the latest iPad, various Android tablets and phones as well. There is a dedicated free app, which you can get from the Flower Power site that you can simply click on. And as you get close to the plant, usually within about 30 feet, or perhaps a little bit less for Bluetooth LE, the iPhone will connect up via Bluetooth to the device and will start to collect the data from the device, bring that down to the phone, actually, as I said before, show you a live view of that data as well, and then it'll use your Wi-Fi or your cellular data to transfer all that information up to the website. So that's all it took. In those few seconds that I was talking to you, the data has been downloaded to my phone and is now on its way up to the website. Once there, I can check for the various conditions, again, water, fertilizer, temperature, and sunlight. This is actually telling me that this plant needed to be in a little more sunlight. I moved it from the back garden out front here in hopes to remedy that situation, and we'll see as we get more information over the coming days whether that's given it enough sunlight or we need to move it yet again to somewhere even more sunny.
Parrot website includes some really good information on all the components that make up the system, including videos which explain the various operations and the various technology behind the Flower Power. It includes information on the app, the device itself, the research that went into it, what it tracks, and how it ties into the web. If you're looking for more detailed information, this is a great thing to check out. You can visit the website directly at parrot.com/flowerpower. Parrot also produces a number of other devices, including quadcopter, flying drones, Bluetooth headsets, and more. And you can find complete information there too. So once you've connected up your Flower Power, had it in the ground for a while, have been gathering data for a while through your phone, it actually comes up and places it on this website at the Flower Power site. And when we log in, we see the plant we're monitoring, or plants. We can click on the arrow, it takes us to all the plant details. Now in this case, we've told that this is an avocado growing in a pot outdoors. This is the Flower Power unit that it's talking to right now to get the data. And we can see all the status for this plant over the last, well, in this case, it's about, a couple weeks, I think, at this point. We can sort it by day, week, month, 3 months, 6 months, and a year. So let's go to a month here. You can see when the plant got watered each time. So basically we can say that happened what? That happened on this 10th of July. It got a lot of water, perhaps on the 9th. You can zoom in and out on that. Here's your fertilizer levels, your temperature levels. Now, one thing I will say, of course, because the Flower Power sits directly in the sun, it reports some very high temperatures, including 46 degrees centigrade. Well, it never actually got that hot. We've had days in the 90s, but not quite that high. So because it is exposed to sunlight directly, it will report a higher temperature than normal, although the lows should be more accurate. We can do our sunlight exposure. Again, this is very important for me because we have a very shady garden. So finding the right spot for the plant is very important. Now here you can see the levels have been pretty steady. I've actually moved it, and we're actually having a gray day today, which is why you're seeing the sunlight levels be a little bit lower on this last entry here that we just gathered today when we were out in the garden. You can also find to-do items for your plant. This is where it reports both on your phone and on the website things that might need to be done, like adding water, adding fertilizer, moving it to a more sunny area, or perhaps protecting it from temperature differentials that might be damaging to the plant, say a hard freeze. The website also includes quite an extensive plant database. This is where I looked up the settings for the avocado plant, but you can see that there are quite a number here. You can check out the database either via the website here or directly on your device, where you can select the plant you wish, and then it will try to match the conditions with what it thinks would be the ideal conditions for this plant.
So that's my first impression of the Flower Power from Parrot. Now I will say it's a little bit expensive. I think it comes in around $50 if you purchase it retail. It's definitely something that could be very, very useful, but might be a little bit expensive at this point. That said, there is a lot of great technology built into this tiny little device. The ability to monitor things like moisture, fertilizer, temperature, and sunlight. Sunlight being a big one for us because we do have so much shade. It's a great little thing, and the interface with the iPhone and the other devices, and then putting it on the web as well, really makes it a neat device that you might want to try out in your garden. So that's it for this episode of A Gardener's Notebook, this first impression of the Parrot Flower Power. If you'd like more information, you can visit the website. I'll have links in the description of this video and also on the blog post accompanying this video of mine. For more information on A Gardener's Notebook, you can always visit the website, douglasewelch.com. There you find links to A Gardener's Notebook as well as everything else that I do, including Technology IQ, Careers in New Media, Career Opportunities, and more. Until next time, keep checking out neat technology and keep on digging.